Anna's interview, and I want to go back to Tom Shui and talk a little bit about the weather, because I don't think we've covered the weather. Give us an idea of what it was like during the summer in Tom Shui.
Summertime is gonna hard be very hot. The 80, 90 degree, maybe staying is a couple months, you know. And in the winter, it's not too cold, not very cold, and we don't have a snow in our lifetime.
But that when you're talking about the summertime, was it a nice dry heat or was it?
Oh, it's a humidity. It's a very humid. Yeah, very. You see that you touch your wall, it's wet.
And I know that you used to like to go swimming. That was probably one way that you would keep cool.
Take every chance you go jump in the water.
And I think you were saying, what were you saying about trying to keep your house cool? Was there anything that would actually, you just...
No, only keep yourself cool.
I see.
Yeah, when the winter is cold, and then you keep yourself warm.
Yeah, okay. And so...
No heat in the house.
No, you didn't build big fires in the stove to keep yourself...
Well, it's in the winter month, most of the kids will like to go in the kitchen because it's warm. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Of course, you're into the kitchen. Okay, and you were saying something else about one of your pets and how it would help you keep warm.
Oh, when I young, I remember I have a little pig. You know, it's so cute. It's so it's so lovable. We am at my father at the business. They have a cashier. It's kind of high chair. You know. So I sitting there. The pig, most of them they was sleeping under the floor. You know. And my feet, when I sit in the chair, my feet can touch the ground, you know. It's a really right spot I put in the stomach and keep my feet, it's warm, it's nice.
So that pig was very useful besides being fun to play with.
Well, somebody said we cannot, we don't have the right to say or to keep them or not, you know. By the time you getting older, and my father sell them.
Sure, I mean, he would probably eat you out of house and home, but anyway, he was fun to have, at least for a while. And now what about flooding? We were talking a little bit about some flooding that you did experience.
Well, when I was young, and I do have an experience like a few times, like 3 times flooding. One time is getting in a house. It's a house more like it goes down the knee, you know, but around 2 feet, 2 feet of water. And so every business is being closed, you know. So we have a 3-story house, and we don't move. Most of the people in the low the ground, then I couldn't hear it in the nighttime. There was a moving, and a lot of people helping to move to the upside of the ground.
I see.
And kind of.
So they had to temporarily move out of their houses. I see.
Maybe go to live at school or something.
Yeah. And so you were saying that you and your cousin, you said something about the front door.
One time it was funny. It's kind of high. Most of them is more like it go down, more like 3 feet. The water in the front floor. So my cousin and then take the front door 2 pieces, and we tie up together, and we use the bamboo, the stick. We stand on the outside, have fun, you know, can see how far the water in there. It is safe to go outside because our town have a fence in the outside. In the outside, we're around it. Long as you don't go up the river, you won't go anywhere. Yeah. So we do have fun. We go over to somebody else's backyard and pick up the food.
Sounds like it
And
was a good time.
it's just like a kid.
Yeah, sure, of course. Well,
I remember that. But I have a good time for my cousin. My cousin is still in Hong Kong.
this is a cousin who's still in Hong Kong.
Yeah, he was 2 years older than me. My second uncle, the son,
I
is the
see.
only son.
Yeah, do you stay in touch with him? Do you write to him?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Oh,
I
that's,
do,
that's,
yeah.
that's
So
wonderful.
most of he been sick now. We been sick a lot. Been sick for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
See. Okay, and I'd like to also go back to something you were saying about the bathroom facilities in your house, and you were, making that a little clearer to me. Talk about number 1 and number 2 in the house. Could you explain that to us?
Oh, it's we don't have like the water or the bathroom top. We
Yeah.
don't have the. We do have it's a bigger bucket, and we do have a little door close by, and that everybody uses it in the front. On the front door and around closer by the ground, closer by the kitchen, and upstairs, it's in nighttime. Somebody want to go, you can have it go down there. Number 2, we have a go to the public bathroom, and so kind of like a 10-minute walk to.
Oh, really? That's quite a little walk.
Yeah.
And you were saying that, so number 1 was in the house, but number 2, you had to go out of the house,
Yeah.
and every family had its own little cubicle. Is that a little
Oh, but
area?
no, this is the public school is not the family side. Family is in the country. They do have a family side because of they don't have much like a space you put every one of them. It's a public bathroom, and they do have one bigger building.
I see.
A bigger building, you go in there, just have a little cubicle. You're gonna go. It's service yourself.
I see. So what you're talking about is in Tam Shui now, or
Tam Shui,
I
yeah.
see. And
Now is a. You said that now Tam Shui is not more like it. We are.
yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah,
But I'm talking
yeah.
about when you were young.
Yeah, when I grew up.
Yeah,
it's,
when you were growing up. And so the one where there was a different cubicle for each family, that was out in the countryside?
in the countryside.
I
have
see,
a different,
okay.
different
Where
cubicle family.
where your mother's parents lived?
Yeah, my
okay,
mother
I have to
parents,
try to
yeah.
keep those. Okay, and then you were also saying that was it in the countryside then that you used number 1 and number 2 for the crops, or was that in Tam Shui also?
Yeah, the number 1 they use it for the fertilizer for the vegetable, and number 2 they probably use it for the rice field.
I see.
In
Now,
the rice field with
was
all
that in the
water.
country or was that in Tam Shui?
In the country.
It was
the
in.
country,
Yeah, I was in the
not the city.
countryside.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was in the city.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. Well, I see. I didn't know if maybe some of the gardening that went on in the city might have used this too. Okay. And you also said, I think, that they would cover the number 2 with ash
Yeah, it's an ash.
and kind of let it sit for a while, right?
Yeah. Most of them are sick there, like sometimes maybe I don't know how long they put it together one place, then when they need it, they're gonna dig it up they mess it up with the dirt and then
Yeah.
go to the rice field.
I see, and,
Yeah.
and put it on. Okay, as a fertilizer. All right. Very interesting. Okay, now you were also telling me about the cooking arrangements, and the one you were showing me the picture in the movie. Was that similar to Tam Shui, or is that similar to your countryside?
This was the countryside.
The
that's
countryside
bigger side.
kitchen. I see.
And at Tam Shui, my father's side, the same thing. We have a big belly, right? So, and the kitchen place, we do have like use the bread, to build up the more like the stove, and so, and they have a little hole. You put the cooking pot in there, and the bottom. Then they have a little door, like if put your fire, and you could stand up and cooking
I see.
in the wall or some other partner.
And the wood that you used for that fire for cooking, was that something that you gathered in the countryside, or was that something that you bought?
We bought it. In the city, we have a bottle from the farming.
Yeah.
The farm, and every Friday, every week, and they do have like a farmer market
I
or
see.
something. And so all the people bring the farm is like a bean or the pig or dog, a pig. And this is and then they have a section like a farmer market, and have a summer farm and we carry all the wood, and so you can say, hey, how much for that? She said, oh, $5, $5. Okay, you go follow me, then the farmer gonna follow you, and then take you back home. You don't have to carry it.
Oh, I see. So
They
the
do the
farmer does the
delivery too.
carrying too.
They do the
Oh,
delivery.
Good. That sounds like it would work.
Sometimes we buy the, sugar can in the winter month,
Mhm.
in the Chinese New Year. The same day, the farmer have all the sugar can, but in the whole section stock up there. Then, and the farm, they carry the sugar can, it's more like they carry the wood, carry it to your house.
So when you used sugar cane, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you burn the stalks after you got what you needed from
No,
them?
the sugar cane, when they're young, it's just shook it up, shook it up,
Oh,
so
I
the
see.
sugar cane, then you bend it up a little bit, then you chew in it, they
Uh-huh.
have a sugar, have chew in all the juice.
Yeah, I've eaten sugar cane that
Yeah.
way. I mean, I've chewed on it, but there must be something left over.
Oh,
You don't actually consume it all. Now I'm just wondering what you did with the cane part after you sucked the sugar.
after all the, when they suck it in, after dry,
Mhm.
you can just put in the kitchen somewhere or another, when they dry, you can put it in the fire too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that you might use it for a fuel. Okay, so now we need to talk about after the communists took over, and you had already said before that things looked good at first.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
looked like it was going to be, and then things started
Up to the
turning.
1952,
Yeah,
then it started.
your dad was making a good deal of money from people who were needed to sell their things, and so he bought them and then sold them at a higher price and so forth. And what I'm interested in are the way the communists informed the people in the community, how they told them what they wanted them to do.
Oh, with the communists, they have almost every day, every other day, have a meeting, and like a town hall meeting,
Yeah.
and they have somebody lock your door. He said, "Oh, it's a meeting 6 o'clock." Then you gotta go. And when they sit in a meeting, they know everybody know everybody. So who's so and so John's the family, nobody there. Then you have a black spot in your
I
place.
see. So yeah.
Then they have one person show up, and John's the father's not there. John's the daughter is Anna is there. Then they accept it.
I see.
And,
So did you say that you sometimes went, you sometimes represented your family at these meetings?
yeah, sometimes.
And a few times. And you were how old when you were representing your family?
Only 12, 13 years old.
Boy.
Yeah, only 12, 13. And when they ask it, they said they don't tell you how you're feeling or what you want. It's speeding out. They don't. They say, this is out in the headquarters. Representative, seems like a president and another president that they call him. They don't call him president. Call him something else.
Chairman or something.
The chairman. This way they what they come in to you guys do. And and everybody have put up $100, $200 share, especially in 1950. And that's the Korean War.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to. Every family have to pinch up certain amount of money. go fight
To support that.
To support the
the
war.
I know that the Chinese got in on that war.
support the
didn't
war,
they?
yeah.
Yeah, and what would happen if a family didn't have any money to put up for that?
Well, at this point, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
Probably that you are there and you probably in the last. They probably sometime gonna get you. You know?
I see.
Yeah.
They put it down in their book, right?
Yeah,
Get you later. Okay. Now, at these meetings, were these meetings run by local people, or were they run by communist people who came from a central place?
Sometimes they do have come from the north place. The people speak Mandarin,
I see.
and mostly have a local people. They service them. You know.
Yeah, who
They do
have joined the party.
Yeah, enjoy party.
I see.
Then they have all kind of people there. But
Yeah.
some people like to take advantage of, oh, maybe you have a chance you're gonna move it up and get somebody else.
Yeah. Now, suppose people at the meeting objected to what they were asking you to do, said they didn't want to do it.
No, then you're in trouble.
Then you're in trouble. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And so people after a while learned not to object. I
You don't
guess.
know, you can say no, you only say yes.
I see.
Yeah, whatever there you can say yes. You say that you are wrong, you're against the country, and then you say yes.
I see.
And then later on they have maybe a fine, you money,
Yeah.
or maybe a fine for you going to jail a couple of days, or I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it,
Boy.
yeah.
Okay. Now we come to your father and his problems with the communists. And you said that at first things were going along nicely, but then, was it 1953 you said that?
Yeah, 1953, and my grandparents started the business a long time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the business is right, like it's, the name is like the Sears, okay, what's here. Before my grandfather started Sears, yeah. So my father continued that name for the business. Then they go back to when my grandparents started. You don't pay tax.
I see.
Yeah, but they didn't say a pool. You get a pool for me by the time I pay tax. No, you can ask them what they do. They tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And by the time we have a pay another chunk of money for the tax, and go back like 30 years ago, it's pretty hard, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty hard. And so my father dig it out, all the money I get, it's still not enough.
Boy.
Yeah, still not enough for this way. My father have stayed in the jail, and
Okay, he was taken to jail, you say. Did they come and get him at his home?
they come in and get in the home. Yeah.
I see. And was he expecting them to come and get him, or?
Well, by the time you can feel it, you know, okay, you had $2 million, you only have 10,000. You already feel it, they're gonna take you into jail.
Yeah.
Right?
So they marched him off to jail, huh?
Yeah, that's so then my father, they put the pressure on your family
Yeah,
and get the money, take your father out. Yeah.
I see.
As my mother do anything they got and get the money from my grandmother and sell them everything, the house the value or the gold or the thing, and every value you have, you know.
Now, when your father was taken away, how did your mother react to that? Was she terribly upset, or was she?
Of course they're upset. Then he have go look around for help.
Yeah.
And so then after that, I believe it is not enough for what they ask, and then the people come into business and see us. Even the furniture is no more in there. Even everything's no more. Nobody have a gold in this. No earning anything. No nothing.
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, we probably accept it. or certain day you go to ticket.
So,
We're looking for it, Then one day they say, oh, you can go home now.
so they got as much money as they could out of
Yeah.
that situation, then they let him go, is that what you're saying? But you said something about visiting him in jail.
Yeah, first of all, and when I got home, my mom tells me when I got home from school, and by the time they take my dad, I don't know. I go to school in the 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I have run into the jail, see I could visit my dad, and then I get to see my father. Before I talk to the people, I want to see my dad. I might have a tear, it's just crying,
Of course.
yeah, upset. So
Well, you were only how old? Let's see, this was 50.
About 13.
You're 15 or
I
something.
was
Yeah.
13 years old. Yeah. Then my father said, "You want to come see me? Don't cry. Don't cry. This is not the time to cry." And then I learned that. I learned how to hold it. Hold it. Yeah. So this started by the time all the time I try to hold my ankle, and was like I hold in my.
That must have been hard.
Now you get used to now. People talk nasty to me. I hold it. Forget it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is.
See, you learn and then you live. When
Yeah.
you live and you learn.
Of course. Yeah. And so, how long was he in jail? Would you say? I mean, I know you don't know exactly, but.
I believe in maybe a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks. Okay. And then after the money was paid and they'd gotten as much as they could, then he was released. And how was his health at that point? Did that stay in jail injure his health, did you think?
Well, when he get out skinnier, but it's more skinnier, it's
I
a little
see.
different.
Yeah.
The man more different, and the mustache got
Oh,
longer, hair get longer.
Yeah.
And when see them coming home, it look different.
Well, did he get a shave and a haircut when he got home?
After that, yeah,
Yeah.
we got cut it. But they do have put it a fire in like a fire is it's just in the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Put a fire in there, then you have go up, you catch the fire, and the minutes then I burn all the bad thing out.
I see. Okay.
Just starting another new life.
I see. So that's when he came home, he did that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of tradition in that.
The
part.
tradition, yeah.
I see. Very interesting, boy. And I guess he was pretty happy to be out, even if he did have to pay. Okay. Now we're moving toward Hong Kong here.
Okay.
And whose idea was it for you to go to Hong Kong?
And by the time I already 16, right? Just the communist I've been living in communist for a few years. I hate the place. I hate these people always control you, and we don't live, and we don't have no freedom. All the time we want and before Saturday we go see my grandma. Hey, so get up and go,
Mm-hmm.
And after communist, we have to get the permission.
Really? To go see your grandmother?
Yeah, and it take how long? Yeah.
How long would it take you to go from Tam Shui to your grandmother's place?
Oh, for my little kid, I walk 1 hour.
Okay, an hour for a child to walk there.
Yeah.
But you needed a permission to do that.
From the city, yeah. We go to permission and go to the city,
See, this
Then
is,
then you have to get in. What day you go, what day you come. When you come home, then you have report them. I'm home now. So, and this life where you just actually is no more freedom, no more freedom.
yeah, I can see
And
that.
even you speak, you talk, you living, you eat. They give you the every one person 1 month 1 feet material that you can use it for the bed. Maybe 2 ounces of the oil, cooking oil,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 pounds or 20 pounds of rice. and they do have at home we have a lots of coupon, coupon. This one we have put all coupon together, go buy some the fabric,
I see.
sew you a pen, you sew your thing, and they have a use to connect all the coupon, and buy the sugar, buy the rice, and buy this, and this is really controlling, you don't
Yeah.
you don't have nothing freedom. When I was in the school, and one day I come home with my dad from my dad. I went by, I didn't like it. July to August, and the school's over. July is and the teacher tells me, I couldn't say that next year, next to the carrot, and on September I go. They give me a notice. You don't have no school anymore.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
going to be coming back to school.
Yeah, you don't have a coming back to school. I'm going home and talk to my father, and how happened is my cousin, my 20-year older than me, the cousin,
Yes.
he have a friend from some other city. He knows that the guy for live in an island close by Hong Kong, and he couldn't bring the people to Hong Kong,
I see.
and like a coyote,
Mm-hmm.
and with a boat, and needed $500 for each person. And my father tells me, he says, you gotta go. You go with your cousin. So him and I, we went to the bank and get $1,000. Just more like financially borrow $500.
I see.
And
Before we get ahead of ourselves, I want to remember that you had some other preparations besides the money.
mhm.
The picture, your picture taken of you.
Oh,
We don't. Want,
yeah, before.
we don't want to forget that.
Well, I didn't go to school by the time I keep fin. What you tell that I will have a coupon,
Mm-hmm.
and to get all the coupon and buy the material, and I sold my short, So then I didn't sold it, so that somebody else sold it for me,
I see.
And I get the shirt at home, and my father is to tell me, and said it, you get together and you gotta go to Hong Kong, just get money, but it's, and
Let me ask you this. Before your father told you that, did you have any idea that you were going to be on your way to Hong Kong?
no, I don't have no idea.
It was like a brand new idea.
Yeah, this is I don't know, there's other people doing, I don't know what they're doing. He tell me that you need to go and go get the money. He said, don't tell nobody,
Yeah.
and even don't talk into your mother. And
So your
Yeah.
mom at this point didn't know either.
my mother probably know, but we don't talking about that.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about that little kid, they probably sometimes they say, oh yeah, he talked about that. Oh, my mother acting like he didn't know. I only couldn't talk to my father.
I
wouldn't
see.
talk to nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before the days ago, my grandmother helping me sew the money in my
I
pan.
see.
Then I know my grandmother.
Sure.
Yeah. Then also he put the 2 rand, the gold rand,
Uh-huh.
and together, and another $30 of Hong Kong money, and put together.
I see.
And my grandmother, she too, and he tells me, you're gonna go and you have to be good, thinking about everybody else, And before I left, that night, my father said, because we don't have no life in there, everything in control. They take them business, the half for the government, half for us. But we don't share for the earning. My father only share for the pay,
the income,
salary,
yeah,
like
the
a salary.
Yeah, so the government was trying to present itself as a partner in his business,
Yeah.
but they weren't making any efforts. It was just collecting the money.
Yeah. Yeah. So usually only work for what you got. But it means that your business is not you control, they control.
Sure.
They give you $30 a month, you gotta have take the live on the $30. Yeah. So when we set up the day, and I have the guy living wait for me in the bus station. We have.
Before we get there, though, you didn't talk about that picture.
The picture.
I want you to, because I want you to tell about the picture.
Well, when I take a picture, by the time I leave, I was 16, I have a new sword, right?
Uh-huh.
And I gotta have a tie up in the butterfly, go. We are in the store, go take a picture for it. By the time I don't know I need to go. By the time I take picture, I don't know.
You didn't know you were going to go with it?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I see. I thought that you knew you were going to need a picture and
No.
Oh, I see. This was before your father told you that you were going so much. Well, I want us to take a... And so this is the photograph that you had taken, and that was a new shirt you had?
Yeah.
You had that new shirt made, right?
Uh-huh.
And you'd had your hair all fixed up.
Yeah.
And so this was the one that was taken before you left, but you didn't know you were going when you had the picture.
I didn't know where you're going. I didn't know where you're going. After I take a picture, then I take a couple of days. You go get a picture. They won't get you right away. It takes some time.
Sure.
And so then when the day I go, I already take my picture. I carry my picture with me. This is my last picture was in China.
Yeah.
And that's before I left.
Yeah, I can see. So that's kind of an historic picture for you. So you can I just wanted to make sure that we knew what we were talking about here, about as far as that picture that was taken of you. Okay, so what other preparations did you make? Did you have a big suitcase full of things?
No, I don't have nothing. No, when I carry, I cannot carry anything. If you carry something else, in right out of 10, you label somebody else, the bad guy know you, they report you. I said, just myself.
Just you
just
and your clothes.
My
right?
clothes, yeah. Just
Now,
myself have money in.
So what month was this?
And October.
October, was it?
Three.
October
October
3rd?
3, yeah.
So was it, did you have heavy clothing on, or did you have just kind of medium weight clothing?
No, this is cold. This is cold.
You were...
It's not very cold yet.
I see.
It's a long sleeve.
I see, it's a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
And you were wearing that particular shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, so when we look at that photograph, we know exactly what you looked like when you actually left.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And
that.
did you, since you couldn't talk about it, did you say goodbye to your brothers and sisters? You didn't say anything?
I saw my cousin come from China and the village.
Uh-huh.
They come in there. He came to see me. Hi, yeah, oh yeah. I didn't talk about it. Then I do my word. The bicycle in. The guy was, I riding on that. He waiting for me in the bus station, and I know I have to go up there. I cannot go the street to the bus station. I have to go around. That's outside the town.
Really?
Go around outside the town, and I go to the bus station because you go to the busy street, then you can see everybody.
Yeah, and everybody sees you going to the bus station. I see.
Everybody see me. Oh, where you going? Yeah, it's what there.
You say, oh, I'm just going to Hong Kong.
No, I will go around the city and outside. The city, they do have a wall to the city, right?
I see.
And outside part, they still have another road for the cars going in the bus going around.
Yeah.
So I walk a little bit more, like a couple miles farther.
I see.
And I 8 o'clock in the morning, I see the guy, because it's my father's friend.
I see.
That's
He's the one who's going to be guiding you, right?
And he's the one that take me to the beach.
Yeah. Okay,
And but he didn't go.
I see.
Yeah, one day the town, because he take me to the beach, then he was thinking about that. He gonna come with us. He wanna dump the bicycle
Oh,
and come with us. My cousin tell him, you can't do that. You're gonna get killed, you know. What happened? There's just somebody in here in the place. They have like close by the beach. They have lots of army. The army up there.
I see.
And if somebody would look at the bicycle, something in here, they just search all the area.
Yeah.
And so my cousin don't allow them and
Now
come with us.
this cousin is the one that's 20 years older
Yeah,
than
20
you,
years older.
and he's the one that's going with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he have a different the bicycle. I acting out, I don't know him.
I
book
see.
myself.
I see.
And when we and the guy that the guy was in the island, they were taking us.
Yeah.
And he already said that in the morning. He bending up the pine tree. The pine tree have a needle, right? The
Okay.
needle. And they said, he said have pine tree, then you have go by the arrow, where to go. And then you have this one, you see that, oh, I have another pine tree, then you go for, and have another cut. You know. So when they get there, have arrow, go down the beach. Oh my goodness, you're gonna get killed for it. And this is the kind of really deep, like a diamond port.
I see. It was
Yeah.
quite steep, huh?
Yeah, kind of deep with sledding down, you know.
I see. So you were being led by the guy on the who had the bicycle, right?
Oh, bicycle, he dropped me off, he led. And but the pine tree, the pot, he didn't know.
Oh,
He
I
don't know.
see.
I see. And
So
the only,
you're now at the Pine Tree Arrow, right?
Yeah.
But how far down is it to the beach? Are we talking
I
about
consider 50 feet,
50 feet? Okay. And it's very steep?
really deep. So when I go to the, I see the arrow going down there. Oh, okay. So then have one guy was in the bushes.
Uh-huh.
He said, come on. So I saw that, then I go tell the guy, right?
Yeah.
The guy said, sliding down. So like when you slide, be careful. And they have a lot of other bushes,
Yeah.
and, you know.
Now,
The
tell-
only space you can sliding down, you hold the bushes so you can get down a
I-
little bit, get down a
I
little
see.
bit,
Yeah.
and get down all the way down the beach.
So were you wearing pants or were you wearing a skirt?
I'm wearing pants.
Okay.
I'm wearing pants.
And your shoes, were they something you could wade in the water with, or would you take them off? Or?
No, I wear it like a tennis shoes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wear the tennis shoes, and when I get in the boat, my whole thing all wet. You know.
I'll bet.
Whole thing all wet. So then the fisherman, the lady, and maybe the daughter or the wife or something. My wet have a change in the dry clothes, right?
I see.
And he gave me her dry clothes. I wear it.
I see.
Then she asking me, "Can I have a new coat?" I said, "Good, okay."
So you gave up that
I get
that
up
nice
to, give
top?
it to them. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it was brand new.
yes, yeah, it's
Oh
brand
my
new.
God. Too bad. Well, let's go down the beach now. I mean, down that slope
Yeah.
to the beach. You get down there. Your cousin gets down there,
Yeah.
and how many other people?
Total about 8 people.
8 people all
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
you, your cousin, and maybe 6 others,
Yeah.
and you're waiting on the beach. And then is somebody going to start? Has somebody started to row over to
Yeah,
you?
the boat coming over. They have 2 boats coming over.
I see, 2 boats.
Small boat. You
Uh-huh.
see the like a kayak, you know.
Yeah.
And so when they coming over, and at nighttime, around 8 o'clock at night,
So
it
this
should
is
be dark now.
This is 8 o'clock at night we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay.
No, at daytime we stay in there, just
Oh,
wait
okay.
for the time.
So you stayed hidden in the
Yeah.
bushes.
So
Okay.
at 8 o'clock in the morning, leave in my house. So I get to the beach like at 10:30.
Okay.
Yeah, and so then wait for 8 o'clock at night.
I see. So from
Yeah.
10:30 to 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
you have to just kind of stay hidden as best you can.
yeah, just stay there, behave, you know.
And behave?
Yeah. Well, you can talk, right?
Sure, I know.
But then a lot of people, we did have a,
Sure.
like one woman, and the older woman, and
Mhm.
one, family, he take the husband and wife and
I see.
a small kid,
Mhm.
and then I hang out with her, all the time, and then in the nighttime, and by the time she was so smart, he shook it up all the sugar cane, cut in small pieces, just like short small pieces,
Uh-huh.
and you get thirsty, you can use it, because you have a son come with him, and he will carry this the sugar cane, and he gave me a couple.
And so you.
No, I won't get hungry.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't get hungry because sugar, and also
Sure.
you don't get thirsty.
Yeah.
Wait for the night when we get in the boat, and we soon they take our boat to the land.
Okay, but I want to hear about getting into the boat, because you said that you had to wade out to it, didn't you? Didn't you have to wade in the water out to it? And your cousin couldn't swim, didn't you?
Yeah, my cousin was.
And so how did you help him?
We go into the places. It's like you have a big rock, the rock, the boat, like all the wave coming back and forth, back
I
and
see,
forth,
okay.
And so before that, we don't know it's a rock. We don't know down there what we go in there.
Sure.
In the nighttime,
Mhm.
we cannot go out to check it up, right?
Right.
Yeah. And the last minute, I saw all the rock, and tell my cousin, don't worry about it. You hold me. I'm gonna hold you, but don't punch me, okay? I said hold it. I said using my left arm, hold his chin. Hold his chin. It's by the time we walk, swimming is like a few feet, like 5 feet or 6 feet, yeah. And to the boat, and the
It must
guy,
have been pretty terrifying for him, though, if he didn't swim.
no, he don't know how to swim.
Yeah, so you must have
So
been
I-
much more confident than he was, yeah,
Yeah.
because you knew how to swim.
I'm 16. He's 36 by the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was he taller than you?
He's taller than me,
I
yeah.
see, yeah.
He's more like a we have a name called it. Is always going by the book. He don't have no outdoor. Always
I see.
indoor.
No outdoor experience?
No.
I see.
He concerned about that all the bird, all the business, all the lumber,
Yeah.
so that he don't have outdoors.
I see.
So when the reason I'm old timey is like more for us. We have almost a half time the communists.
Mhm.
They just let you go for free.
I see. Okay, so now you're getting out to the boat.
Yeah.
You get out the, and you grab hold of the boat itself,
Yeah.
and you have to climb. They help you into the
They
boat.
help,
They help
and the
you?
boats and people helping them.
I see.
Having
So
to pull them out in the boat.
how many people in your boat would you say?
Another 4, including like 2, maybe 6 people. Then another boat is have almost the same amount.
I see.
Then in the lounge going to and I think this is called international the law. The land up to 50 feet.
Oh yes.
50 feet. This is in the international water.
I see.
Yeah, not belong to China. So.
Right.
And after the boat was in the international water, they said, "Okay, give me some money."
When you're international, then he started collecting the money. Huh?
Yeah, they're collecting the money before they go to the house. If you don't have money, they will put you back to the ocean.
So you're glad you had your money.
I'm glad I have my money, and I put it up. Me and my cousin $1,000, so I pulled up the $1,000, and then we put it aside, and we go to the island.
Now, was somebody rowing you like this kind of a oarlocks?
No boat, no, yeah.
I see. Okay. Right.
Well, by the time it's wet and
Yeah.
cold, yeah.
Now, at that point, in the boat, did somebody give you a change of clothes, or was it after
No,
you got
no,
out?
after that.
After you got out,
We
okay.
got out in the land, and the lady gave me the
I
dry
see.
clothes. You know.
I see.
And he interested in one of my new clothes. I said,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead. Did it.
Well, it's a good thing we've got a picture of that nice shirt because you had to give it up.
Yeah, I only wear one time.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, now you've gotten out of the boat
Yeah.
and you're now on land in that little island. Oh, you know what? We need to show. We
Oh.
need to show that that
The
map.
picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see now. Let me see. If
Let me
we
see
can-
it, so.
Okay. Let me see if we can. You know what? I think I'm gonna. Why don't you put it? Why don't you put it down? Put it down on
Just
the
put it down?
table.
Okay.
I'm gonna lift this and bring it to you
Okay.
because this way. All right. I'm gonna at least tilt it, and then I'm gonna. Wait a minute now. Okay. I'm zeroing in. Wait a minute. This is a little bit rough, but okay. Okay. Now, can you point to Tam Shui?
This is Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Hong Kong, this part. Tam Shui is we are in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Where
you
you-
show us where you walked, and then
Oh, we ride the bicycle in Tam Shui. That's then go down. That's the ocean in here.
I see.
Go
Okay.
like that,
Uh-huh.
and so that the boat take us to the island in here somewhere.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you reached that little island, you were actually in Hong Kong,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, actually
You
in
were
Hong
in
Kong.
in
We
what
are
was
safe.
considered Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Okay. That's wonderful. Okay, now I'm gonna put this at its where it was, so we have you in the frame. Okay. Wait a second. I think that. Okay, there you are again in the frame. I'll tip it so that your picture is showing too. Okay. Now you've now made it to Hong Kong.
Yeah, maybe.
And then tell us about the people who were receiving you.
Oh, and so first going to the island, right? Go to the island we get, and then by the night we have a dinner. You know, they want us to pay for it. You know.
They
So,
wanted you to pay for it?
Yeah, they want everyone to pay for it, and they said.
Even after $1,000.
I know. So then they have a buy for it or something like that, you know. So they every have a money, then they say, oh, everybody, well, we don't have no money, and then I was, you know, so innocent. I know my grandma gave me the $30 Hong Kong money, right? I said, yeah, I have a $30. So they gave me that $30. They said, oh yeah, we will give you the chicken, the fish, and all kind of thing. And by the time the food is done, I was so sad. You know, I feel like tonight, it's my day. I cannot go back see my dad, ma anymore.
Yeah.
I can't eat one piece. I can eat now.
You were just kind of sick to your stomach. You were so homesick and missing your family that you
Yeah.
couldn't even eat, even though you had given up
I
that
even give my
$30.
money for it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And for before I get in the island, I get so excited. Now I get excitement. I mean, like when you see the war in the movie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm part of them. You know, I seem like it's I get excited. But by the time when you think about the reality, the life, and I can't go back anymore. You know,
Yeah.
and you feel sad. You know?
Sure.
Feel
Sure.
sad. And I don't even eat and want the dinner. You know, that's
So you hadn't probably eaten since the morning, huh?
yeah.
And so you gave up your dinner, so you're.
I just drinking a little bit of water,
Yeah.
and that's it. And next morning, that you know that I tell you that I have one woman with a little kid with me. We three of them all together. He tells me, "You gotta eat little bit, eat this, and you know, and you look for that in the future is better than and stay with you there. You know, so like you will be grow up." And I think about that a little bit more, and I feel better.
That's
I
good.
feel that better. In the morning they cook the breakfast that I eat it. And so then up to the afternoon and nighttime, and they use it on the more bigger the boat, and
I see.
have an engine in it.
Ah.
So they take me to the Kowloon and my aunt the place, and actually they like deliver to the house, you know. But then when I see my aunt first time, oh God, I see it so different.
Oh yeah, you told me before about how you met up with your aunt, though. Can you go through that again for the film? How did you reach your aunt's house? Did she meet you or something, or was there a phone call, or I forget how you met up with your aunt?
Well, they don't have a phone call. I wanna go see my. I have another aunt. You know, it's a different city.
Uh-huh.
And because they tells me, he said, oh, Ming Ying is here now, you know, so my aunt is coming over, see me, and
I missed though. How did she know you were there?
no, they deliver to the house. Peter gets they deliver.
They delivered you to the house.
Deliver me to
Yeah.
my aunt's house.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They
Yeah,
delivered
yeah.
you to your aunt's house. So for some reason, I thought she had come to get you, but okay. So
No.
now you're delivered to your aunt's house, and you feel safe at this
Yeah.
point. You have made it, right?
I couldn't make it, yeah.
Okay. So now that you're at, let's see. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to cover with you just as we were getting going here. Suppose your group had been caught, stopped by officials or the police or something like that. Would anything bad have happened to you, to the people?
Sure, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, if I get caught for a communist sign, I will be tied up in the telephone pole or somewhere another, and they show them, maybe in the front of the school, the front door, and that you fan, everybody see them.
I see.
Against the country,
I see.
and skip to the country.
Yeah.
And you can tell these people how much they love country. They don't love the country.
I see. So it would be a public embarrassment, right?
Yeah,
and a humiliation, yeah. And the guy who was taking you, the guy who was collecting all that money for doing this, would anything have happened to him?
No, after I pay the money, they deliver me to my aunt the place.
Yeah, but if the communist officials had caught him.
Oh, caught him in China, then he get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no, nobody get caught.
Oh, I knew that nobody got caught, but I was just saying, if you had been caught. Okay.
Well, when in the 1950 to 1960, and the communists decide, and they get caught, maybe humiliated to you, and Hong Kong, and doesn't matter how many people escape them, they accept it. Hong Kong, you won't get caught.
I see.
Even you see the policeman, you can say, okay, this is my dress, my aunt's dress, can you call them? They go call you. They call your aunt.
Okay, now, so you're at your aunt's house, and maybe you're going to have a little rest period, but you're going to have to find some kind of work, right? Or you're going to work. And what advice did your father give you about working when you got to Hong Kong?
Oh, my father has in the restaurant work, you are not allowed to do it. In a restaurant, it's in the public, and you could meet everybody. Is somebody you never know, a stranger. He said the restaurant work you can do.
So
you're not allowed to do it.
He was not going to allow you to work in a restaurant. I see. He didn't want the people you might get to know or be bad influences on you. Huh?
So this was my first job. It's working my aunt's my aunt's husband, the brother.
I see.
In the house, and I take care of 3 kids.
Oh yeah. So you were babysitting your aunt's husband's brother.
Yeah.
I see. So it's your aunt's brother-in-law and his children. I see. So you were looking after those kids. And were you just looking out, babysitting, or were you also cleaning up or cleaning the house? So,
Yeah, in the morning I'll get up. Sometimes the two husband and wife was not home. It's just me and the 3 kids.
I
And
see.
she's in the morning have wake up and keep the cook the like oatmeal.
I see.
Oatmeal with them. The older one eat the oatmeal. Then you take them to the school,
I
and
see.
and come home. And the little one baby is like a few months old.
I
Yeah.
see. So you would carry that, you'd carry the baby and you'd take the young boy to school?
Yeah, they
I
walk
see.
to the school. Like a few blocks go to school. Then like 3 hours later, and then take them home for lunch. Then after that, maybe take her back 1 hour. Then just back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth.
And the school that don't have no lunch, you have to come home for lunch.
Yeah. So, what was I going to ask you about? Oh, yeah. So you're in a place now where they're speaking Cantonese.
Mhm.
Are you? That thing is blinking. Why is it blinking?
Bringing means walking, right?
Well, I thought it was still. See, I'm never looking at this. I'm never looking at the thing when I'm using it. So okay, so it's
Bringing, walking.
okay,
It
okay.
stop is a no bringing.
Yeah.
Is a stop.
Okay. Now, so did you, at this point, were you having any trouble understanding the Cantonese or
No,
dialect?
yeah.
You were okay with that?
No, yeah, I haven't learned the dialect. That's
You had,
Cantonese.
at that point, you hadn't learned it?
No,
I see.
I was a speak Hakka.
Yeah,
See, I'm working for the family.
And they were
is
speaking Hakka?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah.
But when you went to the school, the people at the school may have
Yeah.
been speaking Cantonese,
Yes, the
right?
Cantonese is the school. They will be talk. Something happened. They talk to their parents. Won't talk to me.
I see, yeah.
I just do the delivery, pick it
Yeah,
up.
you were just
Yeah.
bringing it, delivering them and picking them up, right? Okay, so how much were they paying you for this? Didn't you?
Oh, they pay me $70 a month, and in the end of the year they buy me the jacket and the shoes and the pen, and and the whole set,
I
with
see.
change it a couple, and and probably they buy me like a couple set for me. I could change it.
I see. And you said you were sending some money back to China to your
Yeah,
your parents.
I received $70. I send back 40. I keep the 30. And the building is where we live up there in the 18th floor,
Mhm.
and in the bottom floor is a bank.
I see.
Yeah, she tells me how to go open the bank open the
Bank account?
bank account.
I see. That's wonderful. And how did you send that money back to China?
And the bank, at the bank, they do have a translation.
I
for
see.
it,
So
they buy the money order or by the cashier checks and money
I
order,
see.
and use it in the most of the Chinese bank or some China bank or something like that. A long time ago that they
I
have.
see. It wasn't all that long ago, was it?
Yeah. Well, that's my dad received it in the mail, and they checked, they could cash it in the Tamsui. Yeah.
Great. Well, that was. I'm sure it helped your parents a lot to have that money coming in, especially since the government was taking, so much of a share of theirs. All right. Let's see now. Oh yeah, I already covered that. Look at this. We've already covered all this. This is
Yeah.
wonderful. First job.
We only done that one time, yeah.
So you were basically pretty much working all the time, weren't you, with the kids and all, and cleaning and all that. And so now I think just before we quit for the day, let's talk about your brothers and sisters coming to Hong Kong. And maybe we can, let me turn this off for a